Hi everyone, I'm back with the latest and greatest from the latest season of the Chinese version of The Division 2. First off, I'll cover the strange looking robot thing that's on the thumbnail. This is going to be a new backpack pet that will be added to the game in a few months' time. Very little is known about it at the present time. All I know is that really it'll be on your backpack. I think it's going to pop out and it's going to like transform. I have no real idea of its actual purpose or what sort of features it's going to have. But you know, it'll just all be speculation from me realistically. But I'd like to know what you think it might do. Will it go around pick all your loot up, or will it I don't know, fight NPCs for you? I really don't know. So a few days ago, the latest season started in China. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of basically most of the changes. I'll try and go as fast as I can, not to waste your time. So first up, there's a new legendary assault rifle. This was added to the game and it is called the HPC 12. It's based on an AK. I actually think it's pretty good, even though the Chinese think it's quite underpowered, which pretty much means it's just going to get buffed. But I'm going to do a bit more of an in-depth video on that in the next couple of days on this HPC 12, so just watch out for that one. Next up, World Tier 7 was added to the game along with Tier 3 gear. World Tier 7 basically increases the amount of modules that will drop for you, as well as the amount of Tier 3 gear that will drop. For those of you who don't know, in the Chinese game, there's higher tiers of gear and weapons. Tier 1 gear allows you to optimize all of the attributes on it 10% higher than what you can do with regular gear. So with Tier 2 gear, you can optimize everything 20% higher, and now with the new Tier 3 gear, that allows you to optimize all your weapons and all your gear attributes 30% higher than what standard gear allows you to. 2 new legendary missions were added to the game. They added Wall Street and Pathway Park to the legendary rotation. I think both are really poor and lazy in my opinion. Both missions offer nothing new except fighting the White Tusk with more bosses throughout the missions. However, Pathway Park takes the absolute piss because they actually left Kijika in the mission, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how fucking lazy can you be not to change that? But maybe I just don't understand game development in China, but it really just makes absolutely fucking zero sense to me. The blocked Dark Zone has now been updated. DZ West has now been added to the blocked list. Now, all 3 Dark Zones rotate daily to which one will be blocked for that particular day, which is a pretty welcome change in my opinion. For those of you who don't know, the blocked Dark Zone is a 24-man PvE only DZ. There are 3 90-minute sessions daily. They're really fun to play with 24 men running around. And also, it's one of the best places in the game, or the best place in the game in my opinion, to level up your character. Paradise Lost got a new difficulty. Challenging was added. At present, the mechanics haven't changed for challenging difficulty. They continue to use the same mechanics as the hard version. But I've heard that by mid-season, there should be some new mechanics added to the challenging version of Paradise Lost, which will be extremely interesting to see. There's been a noticeable difference to the summit this season. All floors are unlocked when you start the season, which is unusual for the Chinese. Your starting floor is now based on what you managed to reach in the previous season. So if you managed to reach the peak, you got to floor 100. This season you only have to start at floor 71, as opposed to having to start at floor 1 like in previous seasons, which was a real ball ache having to climb the summit all again every single season just to gain a load of watch points. The Chinese watch has changed over the last 2 seasons to resemble more of the watch that we have in our game, in the international game. The main reason for this is because of the introduction of the motherboard and chip system last season. This is now where basically you get your large bulk of your player power. The motherboard and chips are really powerful, and they've got some pretty cool chips that give you some real unique features, like the Doomsday Duet chip, which allows you to equip 2 exotics or higher, like exotic weapons or higher, at the same time. There's also like a Ninja Bike chip, which gives you the +1 on all your gear, meaning that you only need to equip 3 gear set pieces to achieve the 4 set bonus. But also, which is quite amusing, if you actually do equip the Ninja Bike backpack as well as the chip, you actually get a +2. So that means that you only have to equip 2 pieces of gear set items to achieve the 4 set bonus, which is like just fucking crazy. Proficiency on weapons and gear has now been raised to level 20, unlike level 10 in the international game. This has had a positive effect on the cap being raised on the amount of modules that drop daily and weekly, alongside the module power level being raised to level 9, which is pretty crazy in my opinion, as it would take nearly 9,000 level 1 module to make a level 9 module. And to try and put that into context, I've played every day for an entire year and I only have 3 level 8 modules and there's 27 module slots, so that's how absolutely fucking nuts it is. The maximum difficulty for high priority orders is now being upped to level 6. This is like super hard. Level 5 was like mega hard before. This one's even harder and very much aimed at the people who pay a lot of money in this game and require some harder content. Alongside that though, if you do a level 6 modules, you also get some strange keycards drop. Those strange keycards can also then be used to open a particular cache in the game, a new cache, which can give new chips and motherboards for the motherboard and chip system, which is very good for the players who are already powerful, but not really very good for the players who can really never sort of achieve that. It just really means that the strong get stronger and the weak stay weak, in my opinion. And the last couple of things are, the Manhunter season is Stovepipe. Yes, I know we've done that a long time ago in the international game. They're only just getting there in the Chinese game, and to be fair, they'll change it. They're not interested in the story. There's no comms anymore. We've killed Anderson last season. No doubt we'll get to kill Stovepipe this season. The narrative is just something that they're just not interested in following whatsoever. So hence the reason I've put it so far at the end of this video. Other than that, they've also reset all the leaderboards and they're going to reset them every single season, which is good to be fair. Really something we should look at doing in our game, in all honesty. They made some game changes to the in-game shop, etc, and a bunch of bug fixes which I'm not really going to go over. They've added a bulldog mask to this season's Shepherd vanity, and the season pass vanity looks pretty cool. It's a bit like the Nano Assassin from last season, but it's got like a blue, blue 90 sort of, I don't know, effect on it. Tell me what you think. No doubt I'll have it on in some of the videos. So that just about brings me to the end. Now, if you're still here, I've got one for you. So not many people will hear this because no one will stick around to the end of the video. However, I have heard quite reliably that next season in the Chinese game, they are bringing a new raid. Now, I think it's a raid, okay? I'm not 100% sure, but raid has been touted. It's something which is unique to the Chinese game. It's got nothing to do with the international game. And I've also heard, and I don't know how true this is, but my source is generally quite reliable, that it's going to be 16 players. Now, that's like fucking absolutely nuts. 16 players in a raid. Anyway, I'll keep my ears peeled on that one and fill you in when I find out some more information. But other than that, that's it from me. Thank you for sticking around, and bye-bye now.
The truck is taking a lot of damage. We need to take out those cleaners attacking the truck before it blows.